Welcome to Architects Want More. I am your host, Davin Hoyt. I've got some things to share with you in this series. I'm taking the opportunity to just shoot this one, and I'll put it at the front of everything. So, on to our show.
Alright, so I'm from Texas, and we have Whataburger. And that's not Waterburger. That is Whataburger. It's a kick-ass place. It's open 24/7. It started in Corpus Christi, I believe, and spread up through the state. And so I am, after a night of not drinking, I have headed by Whataburger, and I am getting home because I visited a friend of mine who went to high school with me, and he's now bartending over at a place, and today's Thursday, so he got off early, and he spent a little bit of time with me. I paid for the bar tab, and we split ways, and I'm headed back to our hometown. And I adore and love him, and he and my he's all wrapped up in my life. Wonderful person. So I wanted to kick off what I am calling the Architects Want More. And basically, it's coming from a standpoint of, hey, we are creators, and we have been lied to on science. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I don't even know how I'm gonna hold this camera and drive at the same time, but let's go down to the bottom of the list. Nope, let's not do that. That's grocery walkthrough. Let's go to shit. What am I actually prepared for right now? I've got a whole list of things that I want to cover in this series. Dun 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 dun. What have I actually done? My negativity amongst designers. So I went to architecture school. I'm gonna close this window up. This is a vehicle that my grandfather gifted me. He's deceased now. He gifted me whenever I was traveling a long ways. Let's say like 500 miles to and from college. From the Central Texas Hill Country area down or up to the Panhandle area of Texas, up to Lubbock. I went to architecture school at Texas Tech. So it's a state college. And so I was a part of the College of Architecture there. And I really appreciated my education. However, there were a few snags, let's say, with the professors. So not all of them were extremely awesome. That's Whataburger in the background. Sometimes they have an A-frame building. It's pretty interesting, and they paint the roof so that it's appealing to people, or it's recognizable. Whataburger, I guess they started like in the 50s, and they spread throughout, and they're 24/7, and they're kind of consistent. I do not recommend you get stuck on that type of food. Instead, check out my later videos on what sort of a diet that I recommend. I'm sitting here at a stoplight along I-35. I-35 stretches south. I'm not sure how far. Maybe I know it's San Antonio, but I'm not sure how far further down San Antonio. But it goes all the way up to Minnesota. It goes possibly even to Wisconsin. I remember meeting some people in South Padre Island that were Minnesota folks, and they talked about soda pop. It was pretty interesting. They took I-35 all the way down. I'm feeling really philanthropic lately. So they're at Whataburger. I actually went up to each of the folks, the men inside of the establishment that looked like they didn't have a bit of food in front of them, and I asked them, like, are you hungry? Are you good? And they all said they're good, and they respected me whenever I was in the establishment, and whenever I left, one of them gave me a fist bump whenever I asked them if they were good, because we Texans, we just have this humble bit about us, like money ain't an issue, and that's where I'm coming from this evening with my video, with my enthusiasm. I am so ready to exert myself. But anyway, back to designers competing with each other. When I was in architecture school, I went to Texas Tech, and there were a shit ton of people that competed with each other, and including myself. I would look at people and I would size them up, and after a while, because of my personality, I'm a Cancer, June 30th, 1984, I would size up people, and I would after a while, I'd figure out what they were made of, what they were capable of, what it is that their life made them observant of. I myself was lacking because I grew up in suburbia. I was not a city boy, and I was not a country boy. I would say that is actually not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Because you've got all sorts of pipelines and electrical lines that are hidden from you. You don't really understand how things go together and how they came to be. But in design school, you have this natural competitiveness to you, and especially if you're males. Can you see me? Okay. So I heavily encourage you to get over your biasness when it is that that you go to architecture school. I encourage you to learn about other people's backgrounds, where they come from, because personally, I kind of isolated myself. I made it to where the people that I went to school with, those were the people that I was competing with, rather than the entire world. There were things that I could have investigated. However, that wasn't on the table at the time. There goes another car. It's gonna pass me on the left. Cement trucks on the right. Not gonna fuck with them. I once heard of a cement truck piling over an acquaintance of my mother at a stop sign or a stoplight, and so I think about how incredible cement trucks, you know, the amount of weight that's in the momentum that's involved. You'll figure that out in physics, and possibly you'll figure that out in physics whenever you're at junior college, because you couldn't take physics in your actual university because the university treated you like, do not fucking cut me off. University will treat you like a number. How it is that you get your university degree, I don't know. How it is that you get your master's degree, I don't know. Good luck to you. Make sure that you focus on studio. Because when they try to teach you history, it's gonna be bullshit. And we're all finding that out right now. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then good luck to you. Because I hardly know what I'm talking about as well. I'm actually trying to reach the mothers right now, because I know the mothers in the United States, they worry about sending their kids off to college. I totally understand. I'm a mama's boy. My mom accompanied me with visiting the university, and she made sure that I'd be okay. And then she started worrying about like what sort of grades I was gonna make. Straight A's, by the way. It's all up to the individual. Get her done, and if you're talented, you're gonna figure it out. Okay, and don't pay attention to the opposite sex. Sorry to say this, but dibble dabble a little bit while you're in college or while you're in high school, so that you're not completely swept away while you're in college. Or just decide that you're not going to participate in this stuff. Be stronger than I am. With drugs, alcohol, and sexual relations. Figure it out. It's time to grow up, or don't even go to college for a little while. Anyway, we're back to negativity with designers. Every designer starts architecture school thinking that they are the badass. They are God sent. They are the next person that's going to revolutionize. They're the person that's going to be the badass, that's going to be in the future publications. Bullshit. Okay? We got some major problems here in the States. We got some major problems around the world. I want to tell you, like continuation of my ego, I want to tell you that I myself am going to be published by the time that you guys see this video. But whatever the case, get over yourself and go ahead and compete, but don't make enemies with the people that you went to school with. Also, don't be a dumbass and based on your fear of the future, making alliances. Don't make alliances. Don't be a part of a fraternity that's gonna take your mind somewhere else. Don't worry about money right now. Instead, worry about design. Worry about physics. Worry about material. Worry about the things that you need to study. There's a lot of bullshit that's going to be tried to pass to you into your mind in architecture, not necessarily architecture college, but outside the architecture college. You're going to be required to go to other colleges within your university to learn things, and those little fucks that are in those other colleges aren't going to be required to take any of your courses, your college's courses, but they're going to make sure, and the TAs over there at those other colleges are going to make sure that you respect their college, and it's a bunch of BS. However, you need to suck it up, you need to deal with it, you need to get your degree, and the reason why is because that's how life is. Because these assholes, they go and they reside in city. They reside in all sorts of situations where you have to suck up to them. You have to figure out how to keep relations cordial, how to keep relations prosperous. It's up to you to figure this stuff out. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that you have to go through this in this day and age. But this is what the world has come to, where the professionalism of an architect completely goes over the head of the common populace, and they don't respect us anymore. Instead, developers go and make parking lots and dark entryways for foyers, and people go and park in those parking lots and then walk into those dark foyers and think that everything's taken care of. However, they're having an absolute pathetic time experiencing all of this. You know exactly what I mean. So, designers, don't be a little punk to each other. I was the type of person in college where I lent myself and my ideas to other people, and it didn't let's see, let's back up here. It did help me get through college. People respected me because I evaluated and gave my opinion appropriately. However, post-college, people did not give a flying flip about me. They didn't want me competing with them in their own office. They did not give a flying flip. They were in no position to offer me a job. They were in no position to collaborate with me. Instead, I was left to my own devices. So, you have a bit of this lonesomeness, but it's bliss. Because you don't want to be influenced. You want to figure stuff out for yourself. You want to make the world make sense to you. Keep watching these videos. I've got a lot more truth to share with you. And they're not all shaky videos while I'm leaving Winnebago in the Texas area. I'm gonna share with you some very, very rich stuff. And I can't wait to hear your feedback. 'Cause I'm crazy! Alright, so this is Architects Want More on YouTube. Architects want more. If you consider yourself an architect, which I give you permission to call yourself an architect, don't allow some asshole with with law on paper to stop you from calling yourself an architect, to where people get confused about, oh, what can this person actually do for me? What can this person offer me? No, you are in the architecture profession. Call yourself an architect. Here I am trying to offer you goodness, and I hope you prosper, because we are we are at a stage in all of humanity to where we really need to rise up. We need to take what's ours. Don't allow some asses to sit in an office to tell you what to do, or don't allow some catfish down below you to steal what it is that you're trained to do. Woo! I love it! Sorry for screaming in your ear. I'm almost home. Talk to you later. Bye now. Talk to you later.
So there is my opinion laid out for you. Sorry about the foul mouth. However, there it is, raw material. I hope you ate it up. I hope you didn't get dizzy looking at it. And I hope that you check out the next video. I'm not sure which one it's going to be yet. However, we're going to have a lot of fun. Bye now.